Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. The Witchy Goth here, hope you're doing well. Today's video is very sad, trigger warning. This is about grooming gangs, and it is a video that I found online from a group called Truth Against Hate. It's on Facebook. I'm going to link this video into the description box below. I am not able to play videos on my channel due to the fact that I do not have the technology to do that as yet. But if you would like to make a donation to the channel, you can go to my GoFundMe page, which is linked in the description box below as well. So this young lady was at a Protect Our Women rally in Hull on September the 28th. She was a young grooming gang survivor. She was white, and she was silenced forcibly and removed from the stage. I'm going to play this for you, and I want you to have a listen. Then I'll talk you through it and discuss my thoughts on this. Bear with me.
I am a victim of grooming. I was groomed when I was 11 years old, and I am disgusted with all of you here. I'm disgusted with all of you because it was not an immigrant. It was multiple
I'm going to play that again. Have a listen. As I say, I'm going to link this into the description box below, and I would love your thoughts and comments on this. What is happening in the video is this young lady is stood there, she's speaking into the microphone, and she's saying that she was 11 when she was groomed. And there's a gent stood next to her in his Union jacket, and as soon as she mentions they were not immigrants, he reaches over and grabs the microphone away from her. She is then forcibly removed from the stage while she's shouting and trying to get her voice across. So have a listen to this again.
I am a victim of grooming. I was groomed when I was 11 years old, and I am disgusted with all of you here. I'm disgusted with all of you because it was not an immigrant. It was multiple
She says there it was multiple middle-aged white men. That's what she actually says. It wasn't an immigrant, it was multiple middle-aged white men. And I've said this before, and I've said it on quite a few videos regarding these Protect Our Women and Girls rallies that are taking place around the country, that the focus of these groups is being placed upon migrants and immigrants and asylum seekers, people of a different skin colour to white. And they are forgetting and ignoring the fact that white men do this too. In fact, here in the United Kingdom, the vast majority of grooming gangs have been white men. Now, I do not want to detract from the case that went to, that was sentenced on Monday with the grooming gang from Manchester area, from Rochdale, I think it was. I am not taking away anything from that at all. What I am saying is that these far-right groups that are racist are blaming migrants, immigrants, people of colour for every single grape, grooming gang, SA, SV, DV out there. Completely ignoring the fact that white men do this too. We know, and I've put videos on this on my channel before, we know that there has been at least one kiddie fiddler at the rally in Epping who was charged and who was proven to be guilty of that and who was told to remain away from all of these things. And yet there he was at this protest, probably getting his rocks off on what he was seeing. And did the other people there know that this is who he was? I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that it doesn't matter the colour of a man's skin. The problem is men. It's that simple. The problem is men. And the fact that these men, as soon as she said they weren't immigrant, they grabbed her and pulled her off stage. And you can hear one woman in the front, I think this is the person who was recording, who was doing the filming, saying, "Oh, F off." They don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear that white men do this too. It is whitewashing, literally whitewashing this away. This doesn't exist. And rather tarring, literally, all of the migrants, the immigrants, the asylum seekers with the same brush. That they are all guilty of this. They will all do this. And white men don't do this. But we know it happens. We can look at famous cases. Look at Epstein. Look at Andrew Tate. All of the allegations, and I will stress that, allegations against him. Look at Russell Brand and the allegations against him. Just because this issue was brought to light about an asylum seeker, and yes, it was right that he was found guilty, if he was guilty, and that he was sentenced, and I completely agree with that 100%. Like I've said before, I do not care on the skin colour of the person. If they have committed some sort of violence or assault or rape, they need to be imprisoned, and in my opinion, for life. Not just a 18 months or 2 year or 5 year, for life. They need to be imprisoned for life because they will not change. They will not change. No matter how much rehabilitation they are given or attend, they will not change. And this video, as I say, I'm going to link it, just shows how white people, white indigenous people in this country do not want to acknowledge that this is not just a black, an asylum seeker, a brown person issue. It is a men issue. Stop taking away from women their truth. That's what they were doing here. They were taking away this woman's truth and saying, "No, you're talking rubbish, F off. We don't want to hear about that. We don't want to know that our white men have been doing that too. We just want to put the blame on those of a different skin colour." That woman got up on stage and said and told her story of what happened to her. And these white men and women didn't want to listen. That makes me sick. That makes me sick. This needs to be called out. It needs to be stopped. Any person, any man who commits any sort of rape, SA, SV, DV, grooming, whatever, trafficking, needs to be arrested, needs to be, put on trial. And if they are found guilty, they need to be sentenced for life. But taking away this woman's experience and is telling her to shut her mouth because white people don't do this. Whereas we women, we know the truth. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Pop comments down below if you, what you think about this situation. Should she have been dragged off of stage? Should she have been allowed to tell her story? Hope to see you next time. Blessed be.